You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
It's a big world out there, and you're just looking for a pat on the back or head. You run around the city, searching for a place to bark, working your tail off with your nose to the ground, sniffing for a few scraps, hoping someone will throw you a bone. You take each lead, collar after collar, hoping one day to take a bite out of success and become the top dog. Fortunately, you come home each day to open arms, open cans, a drink waiting for you, and a comfortable place in front of a TV set. You know you've got it good, really good, because after all, it's a doggy dog world out there. Pet Life Radio presents It's a Doggy Dog World with your host, pet expert and award-winning author Liz Palaika, and this week's co-hosts Kate Abbott and Petra Burke.
Hi, welcome to It's a Doggy Dog World. I'm your host, Liz Palaika, and with me are my good friends Petra Burke.
Hello.
And Kate Abbott.
How do?
We just came back from a 3-day, a short RV hotel trip with the dogs. 3 women, 4 dogs, and 2 puppies. Which to some people would sound absolutely crazy. I guess it is kind of crazy, but we had a good time.
Fun crazy.
And since not everybody that we saw along the way on this trip or on previous trips seem to have the knack of how to travel with their dog well, I thought we'd talk a little bit about that in this podcast. I know before we took off, Kate and I were commenting that we packed for the dogs before we packed for ourselves.
And more. Yeah. I think we all had an individual luggage for the dogs.
Yeah.
Packed first for them and ended up with more stuff for them than I took.
Yeah, I think the dog's tote bag was heavier than mine. But let's see, what did I take? Dog food, dog bowls, water bowl, some grooming supplies, extra leashes, and we have leashes in the RV. The RV, too, is packed for the dogs.
Exactly.
Some materials that stay there all the time. But in the tote bag, I had an extra set of leashes.
I brought different training collars or so, not knowing what
situation you would run into.
And with
Especially with puppies.
Yeah, because with puppies. Yeah.
I brought a couple of dog toys, and I brought some dog chews for all the dogs.
Treats. Brought dog treats.
Uh-huh.
You can stick in your pocket.
Towels.
And towels.
Towels.
Yes, I did. I brought a good handful of towels, which it turns out on this trip we needed.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, I knew we'd be at the beach, and there was a possibility we were going to get rain, which we did.
Yes.
It's also, it's not really nice to use the hotel towels.
Oh, no. I'd never use a hotel towels. No. But we had towels in the RV, and I brought a handful of towels in their tote bag to bring into the hotel room. What else did you bring?
Grooming brush. What else? Oh, a toy. One of their favorite toys each.
Mm-hmm.
And Chewies.
Walter's medicines.
Oh, his medicines, yes. His eye drops.
And then a...
Thundershirt.
Oh, yes, I had Thundershirt for Bones, because if it stormed, which it did, and the first night in the hotel, we had noisy neighbors out upstairs that were going bang, 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 bang,
Very
bang, bang.
heavy-footed.
And poor Bones was quite concerned about that. He stayed in the hotel before, but heavy-footed neighbors upstairs he was not happy about.
Mom, you can't believe the size of the squirrels in the attic.
He was worried about it.
Oh, you know what? Thinking medicine and that also, I always bring Pepto and Benadryl.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I know
Just
that
in
Walter
case.
likes to nest when he sleeps.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought some of those thin, cheap, several of them, dog blankets, or lap blankets,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and spread them around on top of the bed. So he had something to nest and scooch up and not the bedspread.
Right. Right.
Oh, and for the puppies, crates.
Yep.
We
crates.
brought the foldable crates, and of course the blanket or something inside that. And they were very good about it. Neither one of the puppies protested.
No, not all.
And if somebody got too excited, they got shoved in a crate too.
For time out.
Time out. But overall, and even playing, they were quiet.
They were very good. Well, I think Hero barked a couple times, but with a knock it off,
crazy,
he was good. Yeah.
Oh, lots of poopy bags.
Lots of
Yes.
poopy bags. Lots. I think I grabbed 6 rolls, just so that I could have some in the tote bag and some in the hotel room and some in the RV and some in my pocket. So, also with preparing ahead of time, I think we need to talk about training too, because we've had some less than polite neighbors, both in RV campgrounds and in the hotels, or camping in campgrounds. And I think there's got to be a little bit of training ahead of time. Dog doesn't have to be competition obedience trained, but
some basic manners.
Mm-hmm. No door dashing.
No door dashing. In fact, I worked with a hero with that with the RV. He was pretty good about the hotel room, but the RV, the steps go down and, we're free now! We can leap. And that's a big no-no. Teaching your dog to stop barking, have a cue for that.
We did pretty good the first night. The second night, there was somebody whose dog was going off pretty regularly,
unfortunately. Yeah.
Which is where the Benadryl can come in handy.
Yeah.
Right?
But if you wait until you're in a situation like that, and your dog doesn't know a command quiet, so teach that ahead of time. And go potty on command.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
It was especially nice when it was storming on our last day there.
Hurry up, go potty. Hurry.
Or if we stop along the way, if we stop to get gas and want to let the dogs go potty, being able to tell them, okay, this is not the time to sniff the entire world. This is the time to go potty.
Now, if you're confused like one of my friends was, wait a minute, you drove up there in an RV to stay in a hotel? But yeah, it was basically a huge van so we could travel together. And it's not true for all of the states in the United States, but in California, you cannot leave a dog alone in a hotel room.
No.
So it gave us some place to put the dogs when we wanted to go to a restaurant together.
Right. And 3 women and 6 dogs. Much more comfortable. And this is not a 40-foot RV. It's a 25-footer. It's a small RV. But everybody could have their own place and be comfortable. Right. We could set up a crate for the puppies. 2 people could ride up front, 1 ride in the back, cuddle with dogs.
Take a nap if you wanted.
It really made traveling so much easier. That, and in a non-dog subject matter, we carried our own potty for us with us. We didn't have to use a gas station potty.
Right.
So much better.
I mean, really.
But then we also had all the snacks for us, for the dogs, water. I mean, it was
we were packed.
Easy. It was accessible. Everything was there. It's convenient.
Yeah.
Very convenient.
And none of the 3 of us have a vehicle big enough that 3 people and 6 dogs could be comfortable with on the drive up and back. Yeah. We'd have had to take 2 cars. So yes, an RV up and back for stay in a hotel room. Often we do stay in the RV, but yeah.
Well, then with all the dogs, also it's their like second home. They're comfortable in it. They know the RV.
Oh yeah, just open the door and stand aside.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so if we were to make some suggestions to dog owners besides packing for your dog first, doing some training ahead of time, what are some things that dog owners can do? What do we do to make so that our dogs are good travelers and not offensive to other people? Because what we don't want to do is annoy the other people at the campground or the RV park or at the hotel. We want our dogs to be good residents also. I
think one of the commands that I use a lot is leave it.
I heard some of the other dog owners up there too using leave it or some variations, ignore it or something like that from another couple of people. Yeah. But that was nice.
Yeah.
You're walking down the path and you're judging the other person. I'm sorry, I am. I'm judging the other person and the other dog. How wide a berth
must I give
to give them?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
And, the little yappy dog that was not paying attention and lunging, it got a wide berth.
Mm-hmm.
But the big shepherd, walking nicely, who gave us a languid look, Mom said ignore it, and he went, okay. Hey, we passed within a couple of feet.
The the lady with the nice Australian shepherd.
Yes.
Yeah.
She said leave it.
Yeah, she did.
And
we said leave it, and everybody just passed by nicely.
Yep. Yeah. And for those of you who might not have taught it, leave it means ignore that. And in our classes, we start teaching leave it with a biscuit. We teach the dog that this is an evil, evil biscuit. You cannot have it. And then gradually you work it up to whenever you say leave it to your dog, that means ignore that thing. whether it be another dog or a dog barking behind a gate or a dog on the sidewalk or food on the sidewalk or trash that somebody's dropped. Leave it means ignore it.
My joke on the trip was Tango's name was Tango, leave it.
Yeah.
Yep. Being a puppy, everything was, oh, what's that? Oh, what's that? Oh, what's this? What's, hey.
I liked it when he grabbed the seaweed and it popped in his mouth and he went, ew.
Slime. So it's not just for good manners to be able to go past, but also you're in a place you don't know what your puppy's going to grab a hold of with their mouth. Leave it. With the seaweed, it was fun. But, could be a poisonous plant or something. You simply don't want them to put their mouths on. So for their safety on a trip, too.
All right. So what else?
Don't even allow your dog to go up to another one. Or, I mean, how many retractables did we see out there?
Oh.
Long ones.
And 30-foot retractable leashes. Oh, my gosh.
Almost like we're almost like judging. At one point, Liz and I were like, hey, which way do we go that we can make sure we avoid that dog? Because that was so long, flexy.
Well, and I'm sorry, the guy was standing up in the parking lot. His dog was at the end of the flexi, which I'm sure was 30 foot. And so that means this dog was making this 60-foot circle
So
from side to side.
100.
He was just being lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, if you've listened to any of our podcasts in the past, you know we're not fans of flexi leads.
No. And it's like, and luckily the place we stayed is extremely dog friendly, which is awesome.
Like it
we love it.
to remain that way.
Exactly. But have respect for each other, including other dogs.
There was a guy on the walk. He had one dog on a leash and a little Pomeranian, I think it was, with him off leash. But it was glued to his heels.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, all right, the dog is obviously well-trained or is so anxiety-ridden, one or the other, that it's stuck right to him. But it still raises my blood pressure to have to judge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If the dog is going to stay right there anyway, then put a light leash on it and hook it to your belt buckle so that I don't have to go, ooh, is the dog going to break at the last minute?
Mm-hmm.
That's just
that leads into the second thing is off-leash. The place where we stayed was very dog-friendly, supplied dog pickup bags and trash cans, and there was access to the beach that also said dog on leash and pick up after your dog. I'll admit sometimes I take Bones off leash. Not on the grounds where it's specifically stated, the hotel grounds where it says keep your dog leashed. No. When we went for a walk and went up onto the preserve, there was nobody around.
And the older boys were off leash.
I took Bones off leash. He's extremely well trained, has an excellent come when called, no matter what the distraction, and I knew that.
And neither of them, near Poncho nor Bones, would even go maybe 10 feet away from us.
Right.
Anyway.
Right.
Right.
But we saw so many dogs off leash.
That did not put them back on leash when they saw us approaching.
Or had good verbal control.
Period.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And we saw a couple of scuffles. And unfortunately, those are the things that make management not want dogs anymore. And I'd really, really hate to see that. We've gone to this hotel many times, and we love it. But off-leash dogs spoil it.
Yeah, poorly trained.
Poorly trained off-leash dogs. Yes.
And dogs that'll continuously bark, 2 doors down from us?
Yeah. Yeah, well,
it was sad because, we had to pass that, so I would go in the parking lot behind where the cars are, not even near the doors, the hallway, where I could be undercover in the rain. I was in the rain and trying to have the dogs walk quietly so we can sneak by and not trigger those dogs to bark.
Yeah.
And they still barked.
Yeah, they still did.
They still barked.
Shouldn't have to
I
do
think
that.
they were sitting in a chair looking out the window, personally. But
I took
it took forever for the owner to say anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't actually have to use them this trip, amazingly. But I did take them so that if they had gotten riled up and wouldn't settle down, I wasn't going to make all of my neighbors wait through it.
Exactly.
No. Yeah. So with barking, one bark is reasonable. And then make sure your dog has been taught to stop barking so that you can do it without the dog annoying everybody. I would say probably 1/3 to half of the rooms there had a dog.
Yeah.
It seemed that way.
There are a lot more dogs than before.
Yeah. And the only dog that I heard barking in the room was the one
Well, a couple down from us.
2 doors down from us.
Yeah. There's 2 of them in there.
Yeah.
Making a ruckus.
There were some that would be out. Some of the rooms have balconies, and the dogs would be during the day out there going woof as anybody went by. But you didn't hear them at night.
Right.
And it was just one woof.
Yeah.
And at one point, one lady had a couple little white dogs out there, and they barked, and she immediately was like, knock it off, brought them in, shut the door.
There you go.
But at least she immediately did something.
And that's reasonable.
That's
I mean,
smart.
yeah.
She didn't ignore it like that one down from us.
And then the other one, most everybody, I think, was pretty good about picking up after their dogs. But when we were roaming out in the grassy area, there were a few piles that
every now and then
that hadn't been picked up.
And you know, if you're good and you pick up after your dog, bless you. But if you see someone not speak up because they are pooping on your rights to go there in the future,
Right? Yeah.
take it personally and let them know. I have a tendency to go, oh, did you need a bag? Real loudly and chase them down. You know, here, it's a bag for, I'm sure you just forgot one.
I mean, there was one time Petra and I took the puppies out early in the morning, and I thought she'd grab the roll of bags. She thought I grabbed a roll of bags, and we didn't. But the facility has the poles with the bags.
Thank goodness.
And
use it. It was 5:30 in the morning. Wasn't awake yet.
I was lucky I got the room key. And that, and one of the things that I'm particularly sensitive about, because Bones is an intact male, and he would like to pee on every vertical surface if possible. And he's been taught that that's not allowed. He can pee on bushes, he can pee on trees, but if I say that's enough, that's enough. And he's not allowed to go, for example, down the row in front of the hotel rooms and pee on every post.
Yeah.
That's not allowed. But we saw a great many dogs who were prolific with their urine.
Not on the trip, but I was walking my boys around downtown Vista last night.
Okay.
And there's a local pizza brewery that has become, at least a couple times a night, a hangout for a bunch of motorcyclists.
Okay.
And they all line up there, and a number of them have started leaving their helmets on the sidewalk right in front of where they've parked.
Oh, no.
And I'm coming along with my dogs, and I can see there's usually a couple of guys left out there to watch stuff.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And they straightened up and went on alert. And I told my boys to get on the other side of me and leave it. And we just kept walking, and I could just see the guys relax back down and go, phew.
Why did they do that?
And as I passed them, I said,
I put mine on the motorcycle.
Yeah.
On the bike.
I don't know. It wasn't every bike, but one or two of them had put them on the sidewalk in front of their bike, and I just went by and I said, oh no, we will not be on motorcycle helmets. And they kind of gave me back, and we kept walking.
Yeah. No.
Even if you don't have a command, don't let them do it. That's what they have a leash for.
Yeah.
So, but I think overall, the trip was good. The puppies did great.
Mm-hmm.
Their first
hotel stay.
Yeah,
they're
seasoned RV riders.
Oh yeah, they're going on 6 months of age, and what did we figure out?
3,700 miles.
But yeah,
each
puppy 3,700 miles. That's pretty good. Mm-hmm. I think Bones was a little more than that because we took the trip to Louisiana when he was young.
Yeah, that's right.
And that was a 6,000 miler. That's hard to beat. But 3,700 miles for a 5.5-month-old puppy, that's pretty good. But they were good. All right, well, we need to take a break for our sponsors, so hold on. We've got a lot more to talk about when we get back.
Sit. Stay. It's a dog-eat-dog world. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
Put a puppy under the Christmas tree. Wait, you read it, not feed it. It's The Dog with the Opposable Thumb, an accidental love story. The fun new book by award-winning author Mark Barkowitz. When an accidentally DNA-altered puppy is born with a thumb, his lovelorn grad student caretaker devises a strategy to achieve their Kardashian-like fame and fortune. It's funny, intelligent, and incredibly unique. And 20% of book sales benefit the Pasadena Humane Society and SPCA. The Dog with the Opposable Thumb is available now through Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, and MarkBark.org. Thumbs up to a howling fun book for the holidays. The Dog with the Opposable Thumb. Order yours now.
Don't do what I did and run out. If it's working, don't quit. Why would you stop? Why undo all the good that's been accomplished?
You've got to feed them right for life.
Dynavite is nutrition.
If I ever took Roy off of Dynavite...
No.
When I get to about 3/4...
When I get down to the bottom of my box of Dynavite,
Oh, no. I've got a couple more scoops.
it's time to place my order. Dynavite.com.
DINOVITE.com.
859-428-1000.
Order a 90-day supply of Dynavite for your dog this week.
We'll send you a bottle of Licochaps free.
New improved Licochaps with omega-6, omega-3, vitamin E.
And now 6 extra direct-fed microbials.
Even better for the digestive tract and immune system.
Try Licochaps.
Free this week at Dynavite.com.
Just feed your dog right. Use Dynavite.
Dynavite for life.
859-428-1000.
859-428-1000.
DINOVITE.com.
It's designerpetsweaters.com. Hand-knitted designer sweaters for your precious pup or cool cat. Beautiful couture patterns for your pets, including custom-knitted formal wear, casual wear, yachting, and even sports-themed. Many designer pet sweaters include feathered tammy hats, top hats, and a lot of sparkle. Each sweater includes leg loops, front paw sleeves, and leash opening. Visit designerpetsweaters.com to order your four-legged fashions today. Your pets will stay warm for the winter and be runway ready. Large or small, we fit them all. designerpetsweaters.com.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com. We know you're begging for more. So back to It's a Doggy Dog World with your fetching hosts, Liz Palaika, and this week's co-hosts, Kate Abbott and Petra Burke.
Welcome back to It's a Doggy Dog World. I'm Liz. With me today are Petra and Kate. Any other suggestions for dog owners to...
Oh, first aid kit.
Oh, yeah.
For more reasons, which turns out to be handy for humans, too.
People used to laugh at... Notice I said used to. Laugh at me for my first aid kits because I believe in having a large, well-stocked, human, dog, feline first aid kit. And I have one in the RV, and one at Kindred Spirits Dog Training, and one at home.
Yep. And good thing.
The good news is none of the dogs needed it this time, right?
Petra did.
Yeah, it was, fall down, go boom. I mean, the puppy was, like, puddle, stop. I wasn't stopping.
You did stop.
I did stop, yeah.
On all fours.
Yeah. Well, then ouchie on the knee. So, yes, it's nice when Liz goes, need anything? Yes, the first aid kit. Knowing that we always have one.
She sacrificed her body rather than kick her puppy.
Yes. Did.
But there have been other times when we've needed it for dogs. When we were camping up in the mountains one time, and Cisco got 2 toenails stuck in playground equipment and ripped them off.
Yep.
Just ripped them out of his paw, one even with the skin and one down into the toe. And bless his little heart, those had to hurt. Your fingernail being ripped out of the quick, you know how bad that hurt. But we got back to the RV, pulled out the first aid kit. Kate was able to hold his paw steady while he was shaking, the poor boy. We rinsed it off, put antibiotic ointment, bandaged it, and then when we got back to town the next day, he had surgery. But the first aid kit has been used many times.
Mm-hmm. It's really nice. And to minimize an injury so that the treatment is not as bad when you get to the vet, to
Sure.
relieve their pain, and just to keep it clean, even if it's so nice. I just thought of something that on the trip I thought to myself, I should look for something because it would be handy.
Okay.
So
With that lead-in?
Many years back, many years ago.
In a galaxy far, far away.
Again.
Before we had handheld showers, we just had bathtubs and things.
Uh-huh.
There was a device, it was a handheld shower, but the other end just slipped over the tub spout.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I used to have one of those.
Yeah. Wait, Paul and I did too.
Yeah.
I bathed our German Shepherds with those many times.
So after the morning that we were leaving
at
the hotel, I took the boys for a walk on the beach in the rain.
Brave soul.
We didn't. We went on the grass and then we went back in the hotel room.
Yeah.
We had a good time, but we were all sandy. So I came in the room, picked them up, and we all got into the tub.
That's why she wasn't ready till noon.
I wondered why.
Well, you said noon.
So Walter smelled so good.
I'm throwing my clothes off, and and I'm trying to get them under the shower head, and that wasn't working, so I stop up the tub, and I grab a plastic cup, and I'm pouring it over them. That's the moment when I was thinking it would be lovely
to have one of those.
To have one of those things to take along.
Yeah.
The
RV has one.
The RV has a hot water heater and an outside shower. You could have just
an outside shower in the rain,
in the mud.
I wanted to warm up Quill. Not give him hyperthermia, and then blow dry him. Of course, Walter to get him fluffy, and Quill just to get him warm. Because Quill was like, that was a really good walk.
Like shampoo.
But he was just, he was shivering.
Well, see, that's why we didn't go for a walk in the rain on the beach.
But it was a good time.
But then you have to deal with the after effects.
Yeah, at least our dogs are not as coated as ours.
That's true.
Oh, my goodness.
But they were nice and tired.
But that actually is a very nice device to have.
So it's a good. You guys help me remember. I need to go shopping for one of those.
I don't even know if they make them anymore. I haven't seen them in years.
Oh, surely
but I used
somewhere.
Somebody has.
Yeah, Paul and I had them. I can remember giving German Shepherds baths with those.
Yeah. I mean, they won't have the fancy pulse and all of that, but still, some way to...
Yeah, I think I had it when I had the first German Shepherd, too.
At home, not one that goes on and off, you can get extra long... Handheld ones.
Oh, yeah.
Extra long enough that you can do a dog in the tub.
I did that for a friend, so she could do her cockapoo in her tub. Yeah, because the normal one wouldn't reach all the way down.
Right, just reaches the length of the wall.
Yeah.
Well, Santa's just around the corner.
Oh, well, that's true. Okay, so I'm putting the word out.
You're going to get 5. Well, here, you can put this one in your bathroom, and this one in the other bathroom, and this one in the RV. All right.
I did see a guy, he used a pool noodle for that way. He used it to fill up a bucket. He took a pool noodle and he jammed the one end onto the spigot.
Oh.
And then it was just a giant water slide. And he could bend it, and that way he could fill his bucket that he couldn't get into the sink. I thought it was innovative.
Okay.
It probably wouldn't work really well for
No, and it would break down really quick.
Yeah.
All right, so any other suggestions for people who'd like to travel with their dogs? How can we make the travel better for the dogs, the owners, and for the other guests?
Well, make sure your dogs are... Oh, by the way, if you go to somebody's house, make sure your dogs are welcome. You don't want that to be a big surprise when you get there.
Make sure your dog is not going to lift his leg in somebody else's house.
Yeah.
If somebody...
If dog's crate trained, bring its crate.
Bring its crate.
Yeah.
Your dog shouldn't have freedom of their house. If they have a dog, so it's that dog's house.
Right. Yep.
And somebody was saying the other day, be conscious of the things that you take for granted perhaps at home. She was referring to the fact that she has a well-behaved Great Dane who's happy a lot, and that tail swings.
Oh, so their house may not be Great Dane proof.
Yes, so she had called to let her mother-in-law know that her well-trained, was he welcome? Yes, he was. And she said, thank you for letting me know. I will put my figurines
up
higher.
Yes, definitely.
It's like he's a good, well-behaved boy, but one sweep of that tail could take out a couple $100 worth of collectibles.
Definitely.
Yep.
But she was happy to have him as long as she knew he was coming.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that's it then. I hope we've given you some suggestions. some things to make travel easier? Because we certainly believe in traveling with our dogs.
Oh, we love it.
It's more fun to do it and see the world through the dog's eyes. This was the puppy's first time at the beach, and I know Hero, first time the water touched his paws, oh my gosh, leap, bark, 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 bark.
Yeah, Tango is fascinated by the seaweed. Or that stick.
Oh, the stick.
It's a
Stick?
driftwood.
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 Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, I couldn't pick up all of them. Too many.
Plus, I have a kind of twisted mind. I love to mess with the timeshare people, that catch you at big events and go, "Hi, would you like to win a trip to Hawaii?" and blah, blah, blah. And I go, "Can I take my dog?"
Oh, no.
No. And I say, "Oh, I never go without my dog." And they just go, "Oh, what?"
Well, when I bought the RV, the salesman said that 50% of his sales are to dog owners.
Yeah.
People who go to dog shows, people who do competitive performance sports, and then people who just like to travel with their dogs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Makes sense. Yeah.
And if a timeshare won't take my dog, then he's not going to get me.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. All right. Well, that's it from us. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Having a rough day? Longing for the dog days of summer? Think your fun furry friend lives a dog's life? Well, find out everything you're begging to know as Pet Life Radio presents It's a Doggy Dog World with pet expert and award-winning author Liz Palaika. Every dog has his day, and you'll find out how to make your dog's day fun and rewarding. Every week, on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.